Hello and welcome to the second round of VHKC here at Karting Madness Bayswater. So after the first round at Karts in Port Melbourne, I got placed into Div 2. I only just made it. I was like second last in Div 2 because I qualified 9th in the heat race and then finished similar, and then in the actual race I started last, 14th out of 14. And then I finished 12th. So I think I got myself 20 something points for the first round, which wasn't too good, but this is my home track and I race here every Thursday with a similar group of people. Some of them are here today. And yeah, this is the qualifying. And I wasn't aware, but that's just me waving to my girlfriend and mum who were watching me. Yeah, I wasn't aware, but we got 8 minutes of qualifying. Normally we only get 5. So I thought I might have got a better time than I did. The kart I had wasn't the best. I noticed it was a bit slippy. So here I was just trying to warm up the tyres. And I believe there was 11 or 12 of us in this heat. And they sent us all out at once, and I was towards the back of the pack. So I was going to just let everyone pass me, but that didn't really end up happening. There goes one. I think I end up at the back, but I just wasted too much time. This guy through, I noticed there was only one more person behind me, which is why I decided to go super wide and just drift, try and warm up my tyres, because I'm still not feeling this kart. But I got told it was a fine kart, so I guess I was just racing bad. So yeah, here I'm at the back, and I was just like, I'm just going to give myself as much time and like as much free track in front of me as I can. So I'm pretty sure this lap is like terrible. Probably one of my worst laps of all time, let's say. 54.8. So yeah, that's not too good. And I see that there's still a dude in front of me, which he was pretty quick, but yeah, I don't even know if I catch him. Happy with this lap. I saw on the TV there that it was a 46.4, which I was happy with for only my 4th or 5th lap, considering I was stuck behind people for the other ones. And then as I'm coming down here, I noticed that I was in 2nd place, so that was okay. And I figured these next few laps will be the ones where I actually improve, but that ultimately doesn't end up happening. I only improve by about 0.05, and 5 of my 9 laps were all within 0.1 of a second, all around this 46.4 to 46.5, which I don't know how I was doing, but I was consistent, but just yeah, a bit off my normal pace. Coming down the straight here, I noticed that there's only like 2.5 minutes left or something. So I was like, oh right, I've only got 2 more laps after this one, so I need to lock in. So here I was just, trying to buy myself some time, warm up the tyres again, and just make sure I don't catch anyone. Just, because these last 2 laps I had to lock in. These had to be the championship laps, and they were both like the exact same lap, and they were slower than that previous lap. So let's see it. The TV there, I noticed it was another 46.4, and I wasn't very happy because the people in front of me were getting like 46.2s, someone got a 45.9, and then coming down here I noticed I finished in 4th place behind Simon, Cam and Clubby, and then I was in 4th. There was another heat race after this one, so I had potential to go down even further, which is what I was expecting. And here are the results for the qualifying. We had Simon in 1st place, followed by Cam in 2nd, then Clubby in 3rd. And I stayed in 4th place. And here is the remainder of the grid. I missed some of the times, that's why there's X's, but yeah, I hope it's close to right. This is the order we started in. Okay, let's go. So it is race time. I was just checking my heart rate there. I think it got to like 140 in the race, but before the race it was at around 100. And we got cart number 27, which was my birthday. So I was thinking maybe I could get lucky, you know? And then it took us about 5 minutes to actually get started, because once we made our way to the grid positions, we sat there for so long because there was 23 races on the track. They had to set them up into the corner before the straight. So we were sitting here for a while. I was just trying to stay calm, make sure I got my start good, and yeah, try and just do as good as I could, I guess. Podium. I remember thinking, oh, that was a good start, you know, now I just got to hold it, because it's the first lap, it can be a bit crazy, and I knew he'd be right behind me. But yeah, I was happy to get into third, and yeah, I just had to make sure I didn't make any mistakes like I've been doing on Thursdays. And I nearly get him there. I noticed those two, they were running a bit wide into that corner, and yeah, I was just accidentally bump him there. Say sorry mate. And yeah, coming into this turn here, I'd looked up at my fans and I gave him a little fist bump. Yeah, let's go. So I was happy. I just wanted a medal, honestly, because I thought this might be my only opportunity to get one, as this is my probably best track and I've never done any of the other tracks. So yeah, I just got to hold this position. Will that happen? I don't know. But this dude in front of me is taking that corner a bit wide. We get an orange here. I'm not too sure what happened. I didn't really see anything that happened behind like 10th, because there's just that many cars on the track. And we only caught up to like 3 cars. It was probably the people that started right at the back, because they literally would started here, which is a bit of a disadvantage, but it is what it is. It was that or 2 races. And I think it worked well. We're all pretty similar. We had a good little race going up the front here. It was all clean racing, I thought. And yeah, these 2 people in front of me, they were really quick. I've got to give them that. Even everyone else, like for Div 2, pretty solid racing, I thought. Not too many crashes, no incidents that I saw. So yeah, I'm just going to try keep the pressure on these 2. I couldn't quite stay behind Cam like he was staying behind Simon, who's in first place. He tended to be right behind him the entire race, whereas I was about this distance behind Cam. And yeah, I was trying to go as quick as I could, but those 2, they were just always a little bit ahead of me. I start noticing that I can do this corner here a bit better than the 2 people in front of me, because it seems to be that they're always ahead of me down the straight through the grid, and then I catch up to them through that corner, and then when we get to this straight they always just take off, and I'm always a bit further behind, and then around this corner I can tend to catch them. Accidentally bump the wall there, but yeah, I noticed that those 2 corners I'm a little bit quicker in. So I was hoping to get an opportunity through there, or even into this corner, just in case one of them went wide. So I was just trying to stay behind them. I think this lap is our or my quickest lap so far. What is it, a 45.9? But I was not looking at the times at all. Normally in my races I have a glance at the times, but I was just so focused that I did not see a single one of my times until the very end of the race. So I could tell that we were going pretty quick, but I wasn't really sure how quick. So I ended up being about 0.1 to 0.2 off my PB in the end, and then we get another orange here, and they didn't slow up in the orange, and I didn't want to slow up because they didn't slow up. I just sort of lost the advantage, and then I'm pretty sure one of the pit crew tell us to slow down coming into the straight, so we all slow down, which is good. Yeah, he's saying slow down. So we slow down, and then it turns green straight away. And then I catch up a little bit here, but I give him the space. And then, yeah, the next couple of laps, we all do really well. Our times go down. I think we get like 5 greens in a row, 5 improvements. And then that ultimately leads to getting my best time. Straight here, they're both going to make a mistake into the big sweeping left corner, as you'll see. And I try to sneak up the inside, but he covers it. I accidentally bump him. Give him a wave, say sorry mate. And now we're really close. Us three, our best times in the end were separated by about 0.05 seconds. So us three were racing very similarly. Simon in the end told me that he was racing very defensive, which is smart. So he probably could have gone a bit quicker. I think both of their best times at this track are in the 45.5s, which is very quick. That would be top 60 time, all time maybe. So they're both clearly very good. And yeah, I noticed now that we're halfway in, maybe they'll fatigue a bit, make some mistakes, so I just need to stick behind them and then try and capitalize on it. to get into first. And he just clipped the wall there. And I see these things while I'm racing, like I'm really trying to just get in front of him. So I saw that, and then I see him do it again here. He clips the wall, coming to the straight. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe, you know, he's pushing too hard, he'll make a mistake. We all make a mistake into this turn, well, mainly I do. But luckily there's a back marker in front of us who gets out of our way, so that kind of slows things up. And I'm still looking behind me to see where Clubby is, and he's actually like right behind us. Like, he was a lot closer than I thought. So coming up into this turn, I was like, I got to get through. I wasn't going to let him cut me off, so I just barged my way through. And then again, in front of me, he drifts into the straight. And then I catch right back up to him here. I'm finally a bit closer coming into the straight, and he goes wide. I think I can get through, but no, I hit the wall. Took that turn a bit too tight a few too many times and clipped it. But I noticed he's looking behind, he knows I'm here now. So I just got to keep the pressure on. He goes a little bit wide, I'm right behind him again. Try and get in his peripherals. And he oversteers a bit into this corner. Now I'm right behind him. He knows I'm there. So I back off a little bit into the corner. And I make it through. I was pretty stoked with that move. I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it happened, and yeah, I just put myself in the right spot to make it happen. And then I was just thinking, now I got to catch first, but he's pretty far ahead. And then these next 2 laps are my quickest laps. Lap. I've closed the gap, but there is a few back markers in front of us. One goes wide there, and then he's fighting him. And then he clips the wall. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can get through, but my fight was not with him. Trying to catch up. I was thinking maybe there was 2 more spots I could make a move. Hopefully he makes a mistake. But yeah, I was really going for it. I got a bit too aggressive here, but he covers it nicely. Thinking maybe down the inside here, but no, he covers it off. I go a bit wide, try and set myself up into this pit lane corner, but there wasn't the space. And I thought maybe one more shot here, but he covers it, he goes inside. He's going to try to dive down the middle, and then we cross the finish line. I was pretty happy with that overall. It was a good race, and yeah, I was happy to get second. I was happy to be on the podium, honestly. And here are the results. We had Simon in first place. He also had the quickest lap. Myself in second with the second quickest lap, and Cam in third, who fittingly had the third quickest lap. And everyone seemed to move up and down by 1 spot in the rest of the top 10. And this was the rest of the field. There was a lot of changes, the most notable one being Henry, moving up 6 places.
It was a big race, and I wanted to congratulate you all on what was mostly a clean race. Really crazy race out there. So now we're going to go to the top 3. So, third place in 52, we have Cap. In second place in 52, we have Lockie P. First place, we have Simon. And one more round of applause for our Division 2 podium.